Absolutely. And well, of course, Variety Bucket also had a huge win, that claw back Fido's help. But we're going to get into draft and we're going to see how these teams, what they pick. These bands,
are going to be, they're going to be so important this game. There's so many key players with so many key champs. You know, you got Willy Wonka's Ambessa, you got Clown Straven, you got Incep's Anivia, Cassiopeia, to Super Asian on his go-in champs. Man, there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on, and some people hard to ban out. Fido, for example, such a deep champ pool. I mean, how do you even target him? Yes, you can get his Silas, but he can play 50 other things.
Yep.
So we're gonna need I'm gonna need to see a Cassiopeia ban right on cue. Yes.
Oh, Incept, my boy, I'm so sorry, but we're not seeing you on any of your favorite champs. No,
yeah,
no,
he's not gonna be able to play that all tournament. Is that gonna be a Xin Zhao ban?
There it is.
Super Asian, Super Xin Zhao.
Yep. They're scared of him. They're scared of the super. He's gonna bring that super.
He really is. We saw Nox put on just a beautiful clinical performance there as another of Incept's pick.
Oh, buddy.
My boy!
That's
what
my
are they
boy.
doing to my boy?
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine. They'll let something else through. Maybe his Mel will get another Shining or something like that. As the Super Asians Wukong. Oh my god, that's a classic. The Super Asian champion. He loves the Wukong. He loves farming up on that Wukong. Not going to be able to be played, at least in this game.
And look, it's interesting because, you know, there's two bans towards the Super Asian. The Silas coming away from Fido, though. Fido loves his early skirmishes. He loves to play these early fights. Well, he does on Silas, so it'll be interesting to see what he plays like on this next champ. But Poppy taken away.
Ban coming through. I love seeing a Poppy ban because it sort of hints a little bit at what Variety Bucket wants, which could potentially be a very mobile, dashing comp. Anything to stop these stops. And because you've already helped out, you've banned the Cassiopeia. There's no miasma now. As we get the Super Asian, AD Bruiser, Extraordinaire, it's a J4 lock-in.
Exactly. And look, the interesting thing is we didn't see any bans coming towards Willy Wonka. So with the SK Knights happy to play into whatever, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what Willy Wonka picks up for himself.
Yeah, and it's going to be, take a look at these two picks. We've got Rise, Renekton. I'm surprised SK Knight not choosing to go for his signature Mordekaiser, but we've seen his Renekton and we've seen what a potent menace it can be. And Incept on the Rise, I mean, I love Rise into J4. You know, it doesn't matter if you do Cataclysm that Rise, he can just TP away once your CC is done.
Yep.
Or he can just fight you in that place. As we get, look at this, the double lock-in.
Wow.
Varus Nico. A lot of CC.
Yeah. I mean, Clown was playing Varus last night and he played it well. So, and Muchi was playing on that Nautilus. I'm sure he's going to be excited to play another engaged champ. Fido on the Amumu.
Fido's a Mumu. Wow. We wanted team fights on both ends.
There's a lot of go in. There's a lot of go in and not a lot of go out on that Amumu. So he's going to be wanting to make those right calls on those bandage tosses.
We saw Fido's team, Variety Bucket, we saw them play this type of go-in comp.
Yep.
And it worked so well in their favor. And Team CAPYBARA here, while they aren't exactly a full go-in, they're more of a combo go-in. You want to hit that J4 ult, and you want to hit the Nico Pop Blossom and ult and everything. And of course, look at this, the ban from Variety Bucket, getting rid of that Orianna. We cannot allow the combo of J4 Orianna. It's too strong. We'll trade you the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, look, and I am very interested to see who Willy Wonka picks up. I think it's going to be such a big impact for whoever he's able to play into this Renekton. Now, do you know how the Renekton Ambessa matchup goes? Obviously, Ambessa gets a few shields.
It's actually one of Ambessa's toughest matchups.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
It's incredibly hard to play. So it's almost a showing of force by SK Knight here, just being like, well, listen, I know how good you are, but good luck.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to counterpick yourself if you want to play that pick.
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
he can bring out his Fiora or something of the likes, but
who knows?
Also can be rough. It's a bit of a skill matchup at that point, and both players have a lot of skill to work with as we get the Alistar lock-in for Frog here.
Yeah, look, there's quite a bit of beef coming through on Variety Bucket's side as well. You know, Rise will get tankier with his rower as well, and Mumu's going to be fairly tanky. Even, you know, SK Knight on the Renekton is going to be tanky, so they're going to need that damage to come through. And as we see, the Azir picked up. That is, he will not be lacking damage.
No, definitely not. And another piece added to the combo pile of Team CAPYBARA.
Yeah.
We'll see what they finish it out with, but I think we're gonna need, from the side of Variety Bucket, a very safe playing ADC. You're not gonna be able to play something immobile.
Ooh.
As we get an Urgot lock-in for Willy Wonka here.
There we go. I mean, look, I'm expecting to see quite a bit of scrapping happening in the top lane. It's going to be very volatile. We're going to see some junglers up there too, I'm sure.
Crazy that we can play a game today with Laughing Man. We can watch Laughing Man game, but he doesn't even get the Urgot.
No,
it's gonna be
Laughing
Willy
Man.
Wonka. Now, the Renekton Urgot matchup, I have played a couple times, and it is also quite skill reliant. It's it can go both ways if played to perfection. With both laners being so good, it's going to be played perfectly. So it's going to be up to either one in terms of how this game goes. In terms of team fights, though, I'm loving Variety Bucket. What about you?
Yeah,
Bob,
look, I mean, we might be lucky enough to see the classic Curse of the Sad Bullet time coming from the Amumu MF ultimate combination. There's a lot of lockdown coming through. They might be able to just blow them out of the water, but there is quite a bit of pick also on the side of Team CAPYBARA with that Varus or with the Nico. They've got to keep their wits about them. Otherwise, you know, they might be finding Nico playing a little creep.
Take a look at the skins on the side of Variety Bucket here.
Hey.
All red or pink. I love the coordination here. Look at this. The squad moving in for this invade.
Yeah.
Clearing out these bushes.
Okay.
We saw bush control so important in the other game, where this is very good plan for the side of Variety Bucket. We cannot give away something as important, especially for a lane such as Alistar MF, which is really strong into this. Both ADCs do have cleanse, but Alistar MF has that bit more prio. Take a look though. Lethal Tempo Varus, not the Poke Varus.
No, he's playing something a little bit different from yesterday, and I think that's potentially because he thinks he's going to have the opportunity to auto-attack. They've got a bit of a shorter range on Variety Bucket tonight, and he's going to be able to get a few auto-attacks off, and maybe Daisy's got the upper hand. He might be, knowing the Clown is a bit of a gooner, he's gone with Candy Cane MF. He might be a little distracted in lane. We're going to have to see if Clown can keep his composure. I think he's brought the cleanse for the CC, but it could be to keep his head on a swivel.
It truly, these Guna skins, they can break or make a game for someone like Clown as we get a little bit of tussling.
Frog says no,
here.
you can't. Get out of here.
Yeah, no, please, sir, have some decorum in my lane. Now, the Azir Rise matchup, what do you think about that?
Yeah, look, I mean, Rise is fairly short-ranged. Azir is able to really poke him out with the soldiers, as you can see right here. But the scaling coming through from Rise, I mean, they're both going to scale to the moon. Rise will get tanky enough to maybe be able to absorb some of these soldier damage and really just push Azir out of the lane.
Yeah, as Willy Wonka, this level 1, the ranged aspect for Urgot, allowing a bit of an easy access to the wave and can bully the Renekton off the wave. Whether the Renekton can break the Urgot E shield, I mean, as is any Urgot matchup, it's all about dodging that E.
Yep.
And if Renekton can use one of the 2 dashes he has available to him to dodge it, then he can find himself, at least once that level 3 hit, power spike is hit, then, you know, we can start looking for some solos.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to see full clears from either side, but we do have the Super Asian heading towards that top side, and he might be looking to make a bit of an impact on this top lane now, but we see Willy Wonka going for the cheetah recall, early base to pick up an early item, maybe pull up a little bit of an early lead against SK Knight.
Desperately trying to stop it, but gonna have to TP as well. A bit of a strange little cheetah recall there. You're rarely having to use the TP, but with the push of Renekton early, it is certainly doable. Picking up that cull, I mean, Laughing Man should be very happy. It is a lovely ode to the OTP as that cull applying the healing on each tick of the Urgot W.
Right.
So it's a very good item to pick up
Here
on
we see
Urgot.
the Super Asian.
A Super Asian hovers.
Willy Wonka actually sacrificed his cannon, but he got the XP. However, SK Knight did not get the XP for that cannon.
It's all that matters, really, especially in top lane. XP is very, very important. And seems to be a pretty peaceful game so far.
Yeah,
Take a look, I mean...
While they might have to be careful here. They spot out a Mumu, but a Flash Ali combo could be the play. Nah.
That clone didn't make it in the bush. The clone didn't make it in the bush. If they grow a little bit too confident here, Fido could find himself looking. There's the flash, but the combo slightly missed. The headbutt missing out. Muchi's able to flash away and catches them out on that double route. A heal is having to be used, and a wasted flash that Varus Arrow not going to hit, but flashed anyway from Fido here. Bit of a disastrous game.
Yeah, look, a massive misplay from Frog there, unfortunately. I mean, I think the combo hit, but it was from point blank range. Frog wasting their flash there to flash. Maybe it's a lack of Alistair mastery, because they were in range. They were just about in range.
They certainly were, and it was a really unfortunate because it allowed enough time for the Nico to flash away from the Amumu bandage toss. And without flash, Amumu becomes a decently amount weaker in terms of his ganking, because you don't have that quick dash potential such as the Jarvan. You have to just throw out that skill shot, and it is easy to dodge if not secured by your other team's CC.
Yeah,
so we'll have to see how Fido plays around this for its cooldown, at least the 5 minutes of time being.
Yeah, and we saw Incept, he did go for that early base to pick up the tier, so he's got it nice and stacking nice and early, so he's able to start to scale. And they're seeing this mid lane's fairly even. Willy Wonka.
One auto off. He's hit the 6. It's a flash from SK Knight, who is quite decently that cannon that he zoned off.
Yeah.
Beautifully planned. I mean, now SK Knight is having to give up tower. Without a TP, you're going to be able to lose a huge wave here.
And he's already down.
Start making a lead.
He's already down 20 CS.
Yeah.
He's going to miss out on another 10.
This is the Willy Wonka effect. I mean, it's the classic as it is going to be a slow choke. This Urgot pick very good, at least in the hands of Willy Wonka into SK Knight's Renekton. And this lead, if a freeze can be held, although take a look, Fido's back down bot. And now there is no flash, for Muchi here. Headbutted into Daisy. It's going to be a cleanup on the Nico, but the Super Asian is here to stop this. I have to get something here. An Auto Wonder Frog, a Varus Arrow,
Fido
takes down the
goes down too,
Alistar.
surely.
Fido is going to find himself falling. A beautiful counter from the Super Asian.
Yep. The super counter again coming through right there. And look, it was well played by Fido. Bandaged us to the creep to get in range, but it just took them too long. It took them too long to get that kill onto Muchi, and it was enough time bought so that the Super Asian can come down and really, I mean, Clown is very strong now. Clown has got 2 kills in the bank.
Yeah. And on this on-hit Varus, with how close range everyone is, 2 kills on a Varus, you're going to get so quick access to either that Gwynsu's or that Bork, and your damage is going to skyrocket even more.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so important with Clown having cleanse this game. You know, even if Amumu gets on you, if you can cleanse at the right time, he gets to free hit on the Amumu at close range, gets those W stacks up, and, you know, if he's able to hit an ability, he's going to do a lot of damage.
Dominus coming out here from SK Knight, but it's a beautiful just flash away from Willy Wonka. Alistar's here, but what is he going to do? We do have Fido here, although Incept is here as well, TPing him, Realm Warp online. Fido hits, and that's going to be a kill over to Incept.
Yeah.
We trade both top laners.
I mean, it was
they do get feats of strength on the side of Team
and
CAPYBARA.
not a bad pickup for Willy Wonka. Unfortunately, he still goes down, but at least he gets the kill. And he is, you know, his TP will be back up very shortly, whether he wants to use it to go back top or if he's going to hold on to it.
Yeah, I mean, a really good use of Realm Warp as well. Finding use of that Realm Warp in the early game can sometimes be a little bit difficult to, you know, quite a bit of a slow ability and on a very long cooldown as well. But that was so perfect to just get in there and ensure that, you know, in Willy Wonka's mind, he definitely saw that Realm Warp and he said, well, I can't go back to tower. I'm just dead either way here.
Yeah, and well played by Frog too. Frog was up there, right time, right spot, so able to really lock down Willy Wonka so he couldn't escape back to his tower.
Unfortunately, it was somewhat costly, and they will find themselves having to give Grubs not a huge amount of prio for these Grubs here.
Yep.
Might trade for Bot Dragon, at least that's probably what Fido is thinking. Potentially even a dive might be in order.
Yeah, I mean, they're not on the dragon yet, so by the time the Super Asian finishes up this rift, he might be able to make it down towards the dragon. We do see Incept walking towards his bot lane, but he's decided against it.
Yeah, Fido pinging that. He wants this dragon now. They know that they've got the Grubs. They have to trade something.
Yeah.
An early Chemtech Drake will be very good for the heavy CC comp of Team CAPYBARA. And early stacking as well suits this Rise, this MF in terms of you want to get to late game and you want to, a little bit of a Bit of an almost steal. Incept taking a bit of a trade onto Halo here. Haji Kieran finding himself half health. Look at the Rise combos. Pretty damaging at this level.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a lead now. He's got his Catalyst, he's got his Tear. He's down a few CS, but he doesn't really care. He got that kill topside, and he's scaling up. Rise is a bit deceptive on the damage he does early.
Finds himself in the river, going for that scuttle, is forced to Cataclysm. A disastrous ult from Amumu as we get the combo. Look at that, the Shurima shuffle into the Nico ult, and Daisy's ult goes a little bit wild, collects 1 kill, but Clown's got full stack lethal tempo. Here comes a Varus arrow missing.
Clown.
A good sidestep. The Super Asian killed by Incept, but also traded by Halo, a triple kill, going over to the Emperor of Shurima.
Yeah, and look, what a phenomenal ult from Yuchi on the Nico there. Really, really. I mean, and just Super Asian going for the Catalyst, the Cataclysm to start with, and then EQing out just bought so much time. And unfortunately, Clown was just having too much of a good time watching Candy Cane MF walk away. He didn't want to kill her off with that Q, so he sniped it a bit side.
Take a look, by the way, at Fido ulting there. If that ult was in play for this fight, look at this 3-man that potentially Fido could have... He definitely could have gotten off. The CC wasn't available to him. That was really unfortunate and could have turned that fight completely. But it goes in the favor of Team Capybara, specifically Halo. I mean, this Azir now is very scary. The Nash's Tooth is not going to be far away.
Yep, look, Azir is a monster at this point, to be honest. Almost 1k gold lead up onto this Rise. Looking pretty scary, and if you look top, that's a 30 CS lead for Willy Wonka. And even look, I mean, Urgot in lane might struggle a little bit, but I guess Renekton, but it's not looking like he's having too much of a tough time. And
yeah, and I mean, the disrespect here, he can just go straight for that plate. Renekton's only got steel caps. He can't even clear this wave, and the trade is somehow bad for SK Knight, even under his own tower.
We might be seeing a repeat here, though. Fido coming up, and Realm Warp is available for Incept. Here it goes.
BO1S is popped by SK Knight, and here's 2 more members of Team Variety Bucket. Willy Wonka is going to be CC chained and killed swiftly as anything.
Yeah, another kill going over to Incept.
Yeah, I mean, and the Rise is the key to this game. It truly is. A ghost popped from Frog here. The Chains of Corruption cleansed pretty much instantly. There's no escaping. We're going to ult you for good measure as well. A shutdown over to Daisy.
And just a bit of an overextension from the side of Capybara. We see it from Willy Wonka. That's, you know, he was pretty far up. He should have known that the team were not there. So we're just not seeing the respect needing to be given, and Clown just stepping up solo. No idea where the alley is.
We didn't really keep track of where exactly the Nico was during that, but certainly not down helping the Varus, who after dying straight after picking up that Bork is not what you need. Look at the phase rush move speed from a simple EQ combo on Incept here. Frog's pretty low, and the Super Asian actually might look with them. A beautiful CC buffer from the Unbreakable Will. It's going to be a capture onto Muchi here.
What have they done?
Killed. The Cataclysm coming out. Can you kill this Alistar? You can, but at the cost of your own life, the Super Asian.
Congratulations. The Super Asian must have a crush on Frog, because wow, they went very deep for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something about that Ali must look very tasty, but I mean, we're really trading our jungler and our support for just killing the cow?
Yeah, there was only a ward in the tri-bush and in that first river bush there. So it was really deep to go onto an Alistar that you knew had ult as well. Like that was also another factor. It's a very, I mean, I understand you're desperate for kills, but it's certainly greedy as Willy Wonka is forced to E away here. But SK Knight, without any actual, he's only got 2 long swords to his name, so he's not able to punish it all, barely CSing under this tower.
He's just, please, Willy Wonka, don't hit my tower. Please, just please don't hit my tower. Stop it. It hurts.
Leave it alone.
Yeah. Clown? I don't know what's happening.
Himself low again. Forced to heal. I mean, the Bork power spike is so big on Varus, but look at the Bloodthirster.
Yeah.
Look at the healing on the side of Daisy. Full health MF.
Yeah.
As the first tower does go towards Halo here. We had so many roams from Incept attempting to help his team that Halo was able to get first tower.
And what that means is it means they got feats from that. So, and we do see Merc Shreds coming out for both the Super Asian and for Halo.
onto Willy Wonka here, getting decently low. The E used. Here comes a full combo. Is the execution going to be available? No, Fido's perfectly here. Willy Wonka stepping up a little bit too far again. His third death now. Halo putting out a lot of damage. That Nash is available to him.
Wow.
Alistar is forced to
Well played.
ult, but it's not going to be enough. Only using for the damage reduction, and it's too much damage.
Yep. And look, they've done well to shut down Willy Wonka. He might be up a bunch of CS, but he's overextending again and again, unfortunately.
So we can take a look. Watch this. Look at Daisy's health here. Boom, Q healing 48, the auto healing 31, 164 from the actual heal. But just take a look at how much health Daisy has. That final auto on that minion set back to full.
Yep.
The lane is pretty much over or doomed for this Varus, for Clown here. But Dragon, a lot of pings going over. They wanted to contest, but it will go over to the side of Team CAPYBARA. The Nico ult only hitting Fido, but Fido flashing in to get a triple stun. The Cataclysm EQ out to Super Asian Special. It's not going to do enough. Not enough disruption. It stops the fight, but no kills to collect.
Yeah, and a massive R flash there from Fido to hit that triple stun, and unfortunately they just weren't able to capitalize on it too much. Just got the Muchi, just got the Nico, and you know, I mean, these longer fights are probably going to be pretty good for Team CAPYBARA. You know, the more Bara stacks, the more Zia soldiers you can get out and auto, and they really want these fights done quickly.
Yeah, and as we get a very aggressive engage from Halo here, but he's got the vision to back him up. He knows he's very safe. We'll be getting a Leandres from him next, which is going to be good to get through this tanky front line, and you will have enough damage. You will have enough with those Urgot shotgun legs, the passive there, combined with the Varus Bork and the Nash's Leandres. You will have enough to get through, but the thing is, there is so much CC on the side of Variety Bucket, and we have been seeing that. If Fido can be this little menace mummy that he needs to be, it's really, really rough for CAPYBARA to play. Yeah,
exactly. And one of the things we might need to keep track of is Fido will be, you know, he's going for the Leandres. Is he going to keep building AP, or is he going to go more into that tank build?
So you would want the tank build here. I presume so. You've already... Oh, I guess you have a pretty beefy front line, but you do have a lot of AP damage coming in from this Rise. Roa now, and he's going to be tanky as well once that Ceres is complete.
Needlessly large rod picked up by Fido, so he could be going for that Zhonya's build.
Wow. I love that. I really do love that. Such an aggressive approach. And while he is down 30 CS, the super full clear, getting so much of a lead on him. This Rift Herald is being pinged a lot, though. Halo picking up that bot tier 1. As we get a full engage from Frog onto Muchi here. Daisy trading very well, dodging everything. And while your Alistar is low, you do get full prio over this river. And I imagine right now, Fido is doing that Rift Herald. The TP away from Incept, though. You hit the R, the Urgot R slow onto MF, but that's going to be already gone. And you don't have access to that in that fight. The Rift Herald's at 4,000. The Super Asian is here. Here comes all the stuns. You can stun through. And the smite is collected from the Super Asian. It's a full fight. He won. Look at this. SK Knight cleaning up as much as
Halo's
he can.
turned up.
He's huge, though. There's a lot of damage. Halo's in here now. He's got this Nash's. Frog desperately trying to disrupt the damage from Willy Wonka. It's going to be a small chase. They want to keep fighting, though. But look at Daisy's damage. Halo getting very low as both carries are forced to force off.
Yep. And then look, let's say a pretty good fight. Team CAPYBARA are probably pretty happy with how that went.
Yeah,
although MF is now 7-0.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very fed MF. I'm shocked by Incept's TP there. He TP'd away from the fight. We'll see in the start there. You see him bot side here. Fight goes really well. There's so many stuns going through, and they do get the Rift Herald, but look how much damage that MF ult does. It's just an insane amount. And SK Knight is able to just quickly clean up Muchi, just turning the numbers in the favor of Variety Bucket. And once again, this MF already doing so much damage, and this is before they had access to this collector. So we have to back off, getting Willy Wonka killed as well. Another kill over, 7-0 MF. That's really scary. It truly is.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Halo wasn't able to use the ult until the very end of the fight, which is a big tool for Azir. Unfortunately, well, the thing is Incept TP'd bot because Halo was there. So Halo had to run all the way from bot to top because he didn't have that TP available at the time. So it was very late to that fight.
2 items, of course, the trade-off. Both mid laners now have 2 items.
Yep.
Certainly more damaging items on the side of Halo, as we can see a couple of those Sand Soldiers. The Chains of Corruption going completely wide, as well as the Nico route.
Oh.
They do find Frog again, just Super Asian jumping in, but look at this TP. SK Knight double dash away. Cataclysm, pop that Dominus, but you don't have it. They are stuck in it, but the MFO only allowed a couple seconds of damage through as 2 members of Variety Bucket go down. A really deep TP. SK Knight thinking they had a big fight on their hands there.
Yeah, unfortunately, the TP was just slightly early. Incip just hadn't arrived.
Ooh, as a dash and Shurima shuffle onto Daisy.
Yeah.
Beautiful movement. The Emperor of the Sands. What can you do? That is the combo dream for this team. A lot of CC. You're not safe if you're on the same screen as Halo.
We do see Fido heading up towards the top, and he does hit the damage to probably just one-shot Halo here.
He's going to have to hit his bandage toss.
He's still got a flash, and he's still got his Q. Does he go for it? Q flash?
He's looking hungry for it. There is a bounty on this Azir. You're going to want to eat it. Magic Kieran understands.
There it is.
Flash, ult. Although, a lot of damage.
Ooh.
It's close. But 1,000 gold going over to Fido here.
Yeah.
7 stacks on the Darkseer.
And no flash left available for Halo. Yes, Fido used it, but...
Although,
hold
my
on.
god. I mean, yes, you did get the shutdown, but at what cost? You lose Atakan and second Drake. An expensive trade indeed.
Fido just looking a little hungry for that bounty, unfortunately. He's just decided to say, you guys take everything, and I'll get this little bounty from Azir.
Yeah, we might get a mid-tier 1, but in terms of gold lead, Team CAPYBARA decently ahead, and with the passive of the Atakan, we can take a look at the gold advantage now. Look at Halo, a 2k gold lead on Incept, even with kills, those early kills from Incept there.
2k gold lead on the Willy Wonka as well.
Gold. Yeah. I mean, the aim of this game is MF, and we've already seen how much potential they can kill MF if it's on the same screen. Let's see, the Super Asian slowed by the MFE. Cataclysm going out. They're all stuck in there, but the Super Asian is by himself. Frog zoning them off now. Able to get out, though, with the Super Asian. And
Incip flashed
escaping.
after. Incip flashed after Super Asian, but he just wasn't able to actually stop him with any CC. So he just ran away. Bit of a waste from Incip there.
Yeah, a fight over nothing. I mean, there was no objectives ups, of course, and just that jungle needs to be given both sides. Look how scared Daisy is now. You have to stay under tower, but even is that a safe point for you? This Azir could be anywhere.
Yep. And look, we've seen the upgraded Merc Treads coming through for both Super Asian and Magic Kieran. So that's gonna be keeping a lot of the damage at bay coming through from this Amumu and from this Rise.
And Azonya's as well. It's pivoting into a defensive build for Halo, which is exactly what he needs. Even if this MF got a good ult off with the Amumu ult combo, if you have access to that Zonya's, you can just dodge it all.
Yep. And we're seeing this Azir up against this Rise in the side lane, probably just able to get a little bit of poke off, right? If he can keep Rise at arm's length, there's not much Rise can do.
Yeah, and look at the level lead, even with a Roa.
Yep.
Magic Kieran actually has a 2-level lead because Incept has that sort of artificial extra level from the Roa here.
Yeah, exactly.
So incredibly big mid lane lead for Halo here. We do get the Dominus popped for Willy Wonka, who has access to that Sterax. 3 members of the team collapsing Willy Wonka, exhaust being forced to be used. He's a tanky menace. Look at that Sterax shield. We're going to need a lot more damage. And he almost catches SK Knight there. Luckily, Fido was absolutely needed to seal the deal. Took a look at this mid lane turret, though. This is what you're trading for, Fido. Are you fine with that?
Yeah.
It's a lot more gold going over to the side of Team CAPYBARA. A 3k gold lead now.
Yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, look, I mean, we see Willy Wonka, he's pushed up pretty far, considering they had no vision on their bot side, and he probably doesn't, like, his whole team is top side in their top side red jungle. I don't know where else they're going to be. So maybe a little bit of a disrespect there. If he just stays alive, it's a lot better for this team. But, I mean, they do pick up their mid tower, so it's a bit of a trade. And they are 3k gold up at this point, so they're sitting pretty at this point.
A big power spike is coming, though, in the way of that MF's IE. We see the longsword probably on base here as they are backing right now. I imagine we will be getting it. There it is. Now, this ult is going to be hitting. This ult is going to be doing so much damage. Oh, she forgot something. Oh, control
pick
ward.
wood. Yes.
Always good.
Vital.
Make sure you have some vision.
Now,
Very
that's a
useful
team player if
for
I've ever
your
seen one.
team. Absolutely, absolutely. Willing to run back. Screw my tempo. I want vision instead. As pings go out towards this top jungle here, the Super Asian, very, very hungry.
It's actually Muchi.
Oh, it's Muchi. I fell for it.
Yeah.
I'm a fool. It was a Nico clone.
Willy Wonka caught out
gets
here.
caught out. The Realm Warp from Incept. He's here now as well. 5 members of Team Variety Bucket in the mid lane.
We might have the Super Asian coming from the side here.
Certainly in the case, Incept might find himself a little bit far away from his team. No vision over these chicken walls as Willy Wonka hit by the bandage toss. Counteracted, and then take a look at the huge Nico engage. The Super Asian is only on Incept here, but Incept is tanky. The MF ult putting out so much zoning and so much damage. The Super Asian finding himself falling. They're zoning, and this Rise is here.
And Halo's just on the back line.
Goes down, though. We have Halo here. The Emperor's here, and he's doing mad damage. You might have taken out my jungler, but I've got the backup, and I'm here. Daisy, full health. The Bloodthirster shield is available, and we do have the rest of the team pushed up towards this Baron. Without the jungler, it's going to be risky, though.
No junglers on either side. Bit of a flip, but they might just give it. Fully aware of how strong this Azir is at this point, and this Varus is also very strong.
He's shredding decently quick, and Frog does not have much health. No access to the MF ult as well. You're just going to have to sort of get lucky and flip it. The flash
Daisy
in
went for
from
it.
Daisy. Look at the Sterak shield on Willy Wonka, though. It's just far too big, and Muchi has the Zhonya's.
What a shuffle from Halo.
Nothing to do here. You can't even get him. Just TP away. Run, Incept!
Oh, he's gone. A true tragedy there for Incept.
You're not a Nivea, though. You don't have that egg.
Yeah.
You are going to find yourself falling as the gold lead goes even more. We can take a look at this Baron fight. The flash in so confident from Daisy and Frog there. Communicated perfectly, but Willy Wonka's level 15. He's got Sterax. He's massive. As they look to knock on the doors of this tier 3. Variety Bucket might find themselves out of the tournament. It is completely elimination for whichever team loses this game, and it's certainly looking in the way of Team CAPYBARA.
Yeah, they might be looking to KFC to get themselves another Variety Bucket to comfort themselves tonight. It's looking like a tough one.
It certainly is, as Frog attempts to just headbutt someone away. Willy Wonka, please leave us alone, but you're going to cost your life. The Dominus pop from SK Knight. Fido's in the backline attempting to catch the wave, but look how little damage, even with this full AP build, is doing. Zonya's, but Willy Wonka is here. A huge MF ult, but the Super Asian breaks it up and falls all the same for Daisy. It's just Incept now. The final tower, little shot for the minions. He is healed in the fountain, but with this Baron, I truly believe that Team CAPYBARA will take out game 2 here. Variety Bucket saying goodnight out of this tournament.
Good night and goodbye. Unfortunately, it's a sad day.
Oh.
And I really want to give props to Muchi, actually. Muchi had some phenomenal pop blossoms on that Nico. We saw multiple 3-mans from start to finish. All the way at that early Dragon fight, we saw Muchi hitting a big pop blossom. And then even at that end fight by the Wolves, flashed over the wall, got onto the Amumu, got onto the Renekton, and just able to pull out a little bit of peel for Clown on that Varus pick.
Yeah, I think the sheer amount of disruption
Yep.
they had on the side against Variety Bucket was just too much to keep track of. You know, constantly having to monitor this Azir and the Nico. You're just always stressing. And this MF definitely in the back of Daisy's mind was, when can I actually ult here? Because I'm such a vulnerable target. No Edge of Night, no defensive besides a humble cleanse and a flash.
Yep.
And we also saw that distraction come through in the macro. We saw, you know, Fido trade one single Azir kill for the Atakan and the Dragon. Hard to understand if that was worth, and seemingly from that game, it really wasn't.
No.
We saw the desperation play from Daisy there, flashing into the Baron pit. It would have been beautiful. It was stolen, but it was not. We can take a look at this replay here. I mean, it was a good try. It truly was. And the last-ditch effort for Variety Bucket, their last dying breath. And you talked about Mewtwo wasting time there. Incept spent that entire time fighting Mewtwo.
Yeah, exactly.
That Zonya's allowing him to not even take a trade for
just
it.
laughing in his face.
Troubles.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
And I think it's such a great Baron call from that team because they've got the Azir damage, they've got the Bork virus. They just absolutely shred that Baron, and they were able to kill it pretty much before the other team even got there. MF flashed over and it was gone, and that was as soon as MF got there too. So, a very good call.
It really was, and I'd like to thank, of course, Riot for supplying us with these codes. Make sure you get your votes in for MVP when it becomes available. Who do you think, Dodd, was the MVP for that game in particular?
I've got to go with Halo. The Azir performance was very good. He's hitting some good shuffles, massive damage coming through, able to just kind of keep his composure. Rice was able to pick up a couple kills early with that Realm Walk, but hey, the damage coming through later on, just able to really, and even taking out in that later fight by the Wolves, able to finish off the Amumu with the help of his Willy Wonka. He's got to go to Halo.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I think Willy Wonka played really well in terms of pressure soaking. I mean, the top laner's job.
That's a great way to put it. He soaked a lot of pressure.
Yeah, he really did. And it allowed for these couple of trades on dragons, on objectives, and on gold. And especially in a couple of these fights as well, that Sterax providing so much utility, so much extra health. So I think I will give it to Willy Wonka, me personally. But also, you just can't deny Halo played, high ATAR moves, truly. But stay tuned, because now the winners of those games go into these next best of ones. You're going to want to stay tuned. They're going to be so good. Stay tuned as we take a short break, but we will be back.
See you soon.